I'm Eden Price, 45 years old, and I haven't felt this anxious since my teenage years. Standing outside the cozy cafe, gripping my well-loved leather bag containing the tarot deck, I find myself pondering every choice that brought me to this moment. The Spanish, gathering for an English language exchange. What on earth made me decide to join this crazy adventure? 3 years of concealing my true self in my small world. In the tarot studio above Henderson's bookstore, a sudden urge for connection washes over me. The irony is not overlooked. Upon me, I spend my days unraveling the destinies of others, yet my own social misadventures remain a mystery to me. Amidst the cozy ambiance of the cafe, through the fogged glass, I catch a glimpse of her golden locks shimmering in the soft glow, gracefully navigating the space with an effortless poise. She is setting up name tags, sharing laughter with those who arrived early, fully in her zone. Everything I wish I could be. The bell chimes as I gently open the door. The scent envelops me right away. Rich brew, warm spice, something delicate and enchanting, yet elusive in its essence. It's utterly captivating. Initial experience. The voice belongs to the radiant woman with golden locks. Up close, she's breathtaking in that natural way that sends a flutter through my heart. Azure gaze, heartfelt grin, likely a decade my junior. Certainly, that is quite apparent. The doe in the glow of the headlights revealed everything. She reaches out her hand. Bianca Martin, I possess this space. Eden Price. Her handshake is confident, inviting. I brought these for us. I had my doubts, if they were suitable. I motioned towards my bag. Her eyes sparkle with excitement. Tarot cards hold secrets and stories waiting to be unveiled. Are you serious? Those are ideal conversation starters. Before I can voice my objections, she leads me to a secluded table, her touch gently brushing against my lower back. The gentle touch ignites a warmth that spreads throughout me. Coffees are complimentary for new experiences, she remarks, already approaching the espresso machine. What will you choose? Delight me. Her laughter fills the air, a melody that sends a delightful shiver through my core. Perilous whispers, Eden Price. The beverage she hands me is simply delightful, bold yet silky, with whispers of vanilla and cardamom entwined. I can feel her gaze on me as I take a bite, anticipation hanging in the air as she waits for my response. It's absolutely amazing, I say to her. My unique mix. I refer to it as enchanting. Good morning. Perfectly aligned. The other participants begin to assemble, but Bianca remains seated at my table. So, a skilled tarot reader. Something along those lines. Do you speak Spanish? Raised. Bilingual. My grandmother was adamant. She hesitates. Looking to become partners for the... Are we starting with the first round? My rational mind is shouting that this is a terrible choice. She is captivating, youthful, seemingly straight, and undoubtedly beyond my reach. Yet here I am in this cozy coffee shop, observing her. Smile at me as if I'm the most captivating soul she's encountered in ages. I nod in understanding. Perfecto, she says, her voice laced with warmth and a hint of playfulness, crafting the words to flow like sweet nectar. We spend the next hour exchanging sweet nothings. Her guides me in perfecting my RS, chuckling as I trip over rapid. I assist her with English idioms that seem nonsensical yet perfectly convey our intentions. Your pronunciation is improving, she remarks in a moment of quiet. Repetition leads to mastery. La práctica. My heart swells with pride as I respond, feeling a sense of accomplishment. Remarkable. She moves in closer. Now give it a go. Me gustas mucho. Me gustas mucho. The phrases taste unfamiliar as they roll off my lips. Absolutely wonderful. Her voice has taken on a gentler tone. Are you aware of what that signifies? I shake my head, suddenly feeling a rush of emotions. conscious of the proximity between them. Near enough to catch the glimmer of gold in her blue eyes. I have strong feelings for you, she whispers softly. The atmosphere surrounding us changes. It is wild. I'm 45, not a young girl experiencing her first infatuation. But something about Bianca Martin ignites a spark within me in a way I had completely overlooked before. Eden, she whispers, my name taking on a new resonance in the sound of her voice. Would you be interested in continuing this conversation outside of class sometime? The clever response is no. The cautious response is no. The response that safeguards my serene, unchanging existence is definitely not. I find myself responding with a quiet eagerness. Her smile had the power to energize the whole cafe. 3 days after the language exchange, I'm rearranging my tarot studio for the... It happened again, for the 3rd time today. As the soft chime of the bell echoes through the room, I glance up from my cards to see Bianca framed in the doorway, showing a hint of vulnerability that I hadn't seen before. Hey, she replies, her eyes wandering through the cozy room. I hope you don't mind me dropping in. I got your address from Marcus, who knows Henderson from downstairs. My studio is cozy, perhaps 12 by 15 foot, adorned with rich purple walls that cradle shelves filled with stories. Sunlight dances through the crystals by the window, while candles cast a warm glow on every surface, creating an intimate atmosphere. Having her here suddenly feels deeply intimate. Of course not. What? What brings you here? She waves a $20 bill in the air. I want a reading. You really don't have to pay. Me, Bianca. This is business, she states with conviction, taking her seat across from my reading table. I want the full, professional experience. Her tone suggests there's more beneath the surface, hinting at unspoken feelings and deeper connections. Business. But I motion for her to take a seat regardless. I ignite 2 additional candles, warm glow softening the space around us. What would you like to know? I ask, shuffling the deck. Desire. The word lingers between us. I yearn to understand love. My hands pause for a heartbeat. Anything specific? I'm contemplating whether to take a chance on someone who's been on my mind. Her blue eyes lock with mine from across the table. Someone who could be intricate. I keep moving the cards, attempting to overlook the way my heart is pounding. Challenges can be navigated, even when it comes to age gaps. The cards glide through my fingers. I gather them quickly, hoping she didn't notice. The cards will reveal their secrets to us. I spread them in a Celtic cross, my favorite layout for complex questions. The first card I turn over is the Fool. New beginnings, taking a leap of faith. Possibilities linger in the air. Intriguing beginning, I whisper, flipping over the next card. The Two of Cups. A bond, an understanding, an undeniable pull. Bianca leans in just a bit closer. What do they 5? What does it mean? The Fool indicates that someone is prepared to embark on a fresh journey. The Two of Cups. I pause, gazing at her. It signifies a deep bond shared between 2 souls. Shared emotions. Shared. Her voice hovers just above a whisper. I pivot to the 3rd card. The Lovers. My breath catches. This card symbolizes the beautiful complexities of affection. Balance amidst contrasts. I'm finding it challenging to uphold my professional demeanor. The cards are strikingly... Clarity is essential in this moment. What do they reveal, Eden? I swiftly flip over the last cards. The star symbolizes hope. The 3 of Pentacles signifies collaboration and the joy of creating something meaningful together. The world represents a sense of wholeness and achievement. There, I set down the deck, my hands trembling slightly. They say the person you're asking about feels the same way, even if she's older, more established in her beliefs. The pronoun strikes me like lightning. She. The cards don't view age as a barrier. They recognize two souls destined to find each other. Bianca reaches across the small table, her fingers enveloping mine. Eden, I can't help but think about you since Tuesday. Bianca, I realize it's a bit wild. We hardly know one another. Yet as I sit here, listening to you interpret these cards, it feels as though you're unveiling the depths of my soul. She squeezes my hands. I knew I had to take the chance. I should pull away. I should uphold my limits. Yet, here I am, pacing around the table, drawn closer to catch the rhythm of her heartbeat, fluttering at her throat. "You're beautiful," she whispers, rising to meet me. "I'm 45 years old and I'm 31. What does it matter?" Her hands gently cradle my face, thumbs gliding softly over my cheekbones. The candlelight dances around us, and she appears almost otherworldly, leaving me breathless. Her kiss begins gently, filled with curiosity. As I respond, our lips meet. Back, it transforms into something more profound, more intense. My hands discover her waist, drawing her nearer amidst the dancing shadows. Softly flickering candles and scattered cards surrounded us. The reading I whispered against her lips felt utterly perfect. She finishes, kissing me again. After our kiss in the tarot studio, I find it impossible to resist the allure of Bruin chat. What began as a simple reason to improve my English has transformed into the most cherished part of my day. Every morning at 10:15, I push through that familiar door, and Bianca's face brightens as if I hold the key to her happiness. Prayers. She has now reserved the corner table for me indefinitely, the one by the window that offers the perfect light and a lovely view of her behind the counter. Today, she surprises me with something different. A lavender latte adorned with foam art that resembles a crescent moon. "Thought you'd appreciate the symbolism," she says, sliding into the seat across from me. "It's beautiful." I take a sip. The lavender is subtle, calming. How do you know exactly what I need? Perhaps I have a special intuition. 2. Her smile is playful, yet there's a spark in her gaze. The coffee shop is. It was an unusually quiet Thursday morning. In the back, Marcus was busy with inventory, while the only other presence in the shop was Mrs. Chen, reading her newspaper by the counter. Bianca reaches across the table, her fingers gently tracing patterns on my hand. We close at 8 tonight," she whispers. "Stay with me." The invitation ignites a spark through my veins. "Bianca, I know you feel this too, Eden. The way you gaze at me when you think I'm not paying attention." She's absolutely correct. I've been sneaking looks all week, taking in every detail of her movements, the way her laughter resonates throughout the room. Yet, desiring something and taking action are two completely different matters. "This is intricate," I murmur. "Only if we choose to make it intricate." The bell tolls. As Mrs. Chen departs, a hush falls over the room, leaving only the faint sounds of Marcus in the background. Bianca rises and begins to move gracefully around the space, to my side of the table, and sits on the edge beside me. "I've been thinking about that kiss," she says, her lips brushing against my cheek every single day. Just as I gather my thoughts, her kiss finds me once more, right here in her cozy cafe, with the afternoon sun pouring in through the windows and the espresso machine softly buzzing. Behind us, her lips carry the flavor of cinnamon and the thrill of what could be. Someone might catch a glimpse. I breathe against her lips. Let it happen. Her fingers weave through my hair and I'm completely entranced. "Eden, nothing else matters to me right now." I draw her nearer, my hesitations dissolving in the warmth of her embrace. She kiss her back with the same boldness. There's an electric thrill in the air. When she playfully tugs at my lower lip, I actually gasp. "Come upstairs," she whispers. I live above the shop. My mind is filled with caution, echoing concerns about haste. about the complexities that lie ahead, about the years that separate us. Yet, my body feels already responding, already saying yes to everything she's offering. Bianca, I haven't. It's been a long time. We'll take our time. Her thumb glides along my jawline. All I desire is to be by your side. I nod, my voice caught in my throat. She gently takes my hand, guides me through the hidden passage, past a bewildered Marcus, and up a slender staircase to her sanctuary, her Tay. The atmosphere is cozy and welcoming. The brick walls reveal their history, while the gentle glow of the lights creates an intimate ambiance, and books are scattered all around. She turns to look at me, suddenly appearing more youthful, more exposed. I've never experienced these feelings for anyone before, she confesses. You frighten the terrified of me, Eden Price. Good, I say, moving in closer. You should feel that fear. I'm falling for you, and that terrifies me. This time when we kiss, it's different, deeper, more desperate. Her falter as her hands trace the delicate line of my spine, my fingers weaving through her golden locks. As she guides me toward her sanctuary, I feel a sense of anticipation building within me. Hesitate. Do you really mean it? She whispers, her forehead gently touching mine. No, I confesses. But I'm done caring. She beams. That radiant smile that initially captured my gaze and beckoned me onto her bed. In the gentle light of her bedside lamp, as the rain began to patter against the windows, she reveals to me the truth behind the notion that age holds no significance. Her touch is tender, deliberate, awakening my senses awaken in ways I had long since overlooked. Calling out her name feels like a sacred whisper in the stillness of the space around us. Afterward, we lie intertwined, her head resting on my chest, my fingers gently caressing her hair. The cards were accurate, she whispers against my skin. We align seamlessly. The signs are always right, I say, pressing a kiss to the top of her head. That's why they're enchanting. You're making a mistake, Eden. Claudia's voice slices through the serene morning atmosphere of my tarot studio. She stands by my window, arms crossed, her dark eyes locked onto me, filled with disapproval. I set down my coffee, Bianca's special blend that I now take home every morning, and I confront my dearest companion. What error could that possibly be? This girl, this Bianca is a person. She turns away from the window. She's 31 in Eden. What could we possibly share? That question cuts deep, as I've pondered it myself. Since when did you start to care about my romantic journey? Ever since you began radiating with that youthful energy and started overlooking your responsibilities. Claudia grabs one of my tarot decks, shuffled with a smooth familiarity. Mrs. Rodriguez reached out to me yesterday. She mentioned that you canceled her reading. Go have coffee. To him, it seemed I had completely overlooked Sophia's appointment. I rescheduled, not canceled. For a woman younger than you who's likely exploring her feelings, she's not that much younger, and she's not just trying things out. The words slice through the air, more pointed than I meant. What we share is genuine. Genuine? Claudia chuckles. But there's no lightness in this. Eden, you've been secluded in the studio for 3 years. The first enchanting woman who captures your gaze, and in an instant, you're willing to cast aside your reservations. The implication strikes deeper as I find myself questioning the same. Is this genuine? Or am I simply yearning for a bond after years of solitude? You have no idea who she is, I whisper, and neither do you. Claudia places the cards aside. Sarah has gone, and you recall her mentioning the age gap as one of her reasons. Bianca is even younger than Sarah was. The mention of my past love strikes me like a physical blow. Sarah and I had shared. We were together for 2 years, before she concluded that I was too entrenched in my habits and at a different point in my life. The end of our relationship had crumbled what remained of my self-assurance. This feels different, doesn't it? Claudia's gaze turned gentle, slightly. I love you, Eden. I can't bear the thought of you getting hurt again. She walks away from me, alone with my uncertainties, and they grow like whispers in my serene space. By the time I arrive at Brew and chat that afternoon, I'm a whirlwind of uncertainty and anxiety. Bianca glances at me and instantly sees her expression reveals a hidden truth. What's going on? It's nothing. Everything is just fine. I settle into my familiar corner table, but I find myself unable to meet her gaze. She places the familiar scent of lavender fills the air as I sip my latte, but instead of joining me at the table, she remains standing. Eden, please, let's have a conversation. Perhaps we should take our time. Down. The words spill out before I can hold them back. This is happening quite quickly. Her expression turns deliberately neutral. All right. What triggered this? Just the truth, I guess. We hardly know one another. I'm savoring Claudia's words, and they leave a bitter aftertaste. I understand you take. Your coffee infused with lavender, sweetened only by the essence of the moment. I see you. Drawing tarot cards as if you're in a conversation with the cosmos itself. Aware of the way you bite your lip when anxiety creeps in, and the scar on your left hand tells a story from when you were just 12. Her voice is steady, yet I can perceive the pain shimmering in her blue eyes. What is it that I don't know? The depth of her insight surprises me. She's been truly noticing, genuine noticing, not merely a superficial connection. The age difference is striking. The language is surprising. Me. Bianca never uses harsh words. You want to know what I perceive when I gaze at you? I see someone who's experienced enough to understand what truly matters. A person who is genuine and values time without indulging in trivialities. Bianca, let them talk. Your clients, your collaborator. Allow them. She ultimately takes a seat, extending across the table for my hands. I don't care what anyone thinks except you, but I'm retreating a bit, feeling the tension shift emotionally. The burden of Claudia's cautions and my personal doubts are shattering any sense of assurance I had managed to cultivate. Over the past few days, I feel like it's time for me to leave. Eden, please reconsider. There was a sense of urgency in her voice now. Don't allow the judgments of others to tarnish what we share. Perhaps they have a point, though. Perhaps this is simply what? Just me feeling lost. Just you being easy to rely on. She stands up suddenly, and I notice the curious glances from other patrons. You know what, Eden? Perhaps you have a point. Perhaps we ought to take a step back. Perhaps we should just halt everything. The words landed with a sting. Bianca, no, just let it go. Thank you for the reality check. She turns and strides away, fading into the shadows of the back room, leaving me at our table, feeling a mix of longing and uncertainty, the warmth of the moment slipping away, the chatter around me fading into a distant hum. I sit, lost in thought, as the world continues to spin around me, laid bare and vulnerable. I linger for another 20 minutes, yearning for her return, wishing I could gather the right words to mend what's broken. I felt shattered inside. Yet, she remained absent. In the end, I walked away, feeling more desolate than I had in a long time. That evening, my doorbell chimes. As I swing the door open, Bianca stands there in the hallway, cradling 2 cups of coffee and wearing a captivating smile. With a fierce resolve, she declares, "We need to talk," as she strides confidently past me and into my apartment. Bianca, I apologize for what happened before. Just be quiet. She passes me one of the coffees. You're frightened. I understand. This is frightening for me as well. It's not merely frightening. It's unrealistic, No, it isn't. She places her coffee aside and cradles my face in her hands. Look at me, Eden. Really, look at me. I meet her eyes, those captivating, blue eyes that pierce through all my barriers. I'm not leaving, she speaks softly. I'm not Sarah. I'm not like anyone else who's caused you pain. I'm just me, and I choose you. As her lips meet mine, this moment is charged, urgent, brimming with all that we both dread losing. I return her kiss with the same fervor, my fingers gripping her shirt, drawing her nearer to me. Don't let go of what we have, she murmurs, against my lips. I won't. I promise. I mean it with every fiber of my being. The sun filters through the window, casting a warm glow over the cozy cafe. I arrange my books and notes, feeling a familiar excitement as I prepare for the day ahead. Bianca navigates the chaos of the morning. Sofia Rodriguez is seated opposite me, delicately shuffling my deck with a sense of admiration that she confides in me about how much this means to her. Lately, I've been experiencing the most unusual dreams, she admits, returning the cards with a thoughtful expression. Water. Always water. I start the reading, laying out cards in the Celtic cross spread. The Tower, 3 of Swords. Then, in an unexpected moment, the light shines through. Change emerges from chaos, paving the way for new possibilities. As I read the cards, I share my insights on how water and dreams often symbolize a deep emotional release. Sophia takes out her phone. Is it okay if I record this? For my own reference later? I nod absent-mindedly, my attention drawn to the 10 of Pentacles. That just emerged. This card hints at a legacy of connection, but not in the conventional way. It's about something you build, that endures beyond you. That's intriguing. Sophia exhales, raising her phone to capture both the cards and my explanation. The way you interpret these, it's as if you're tapping into a deeper connection. Ethereal. 20 minutes later, she departs, appearing somehow unburdened. I'm gathering my cards when Bianca appears with my afternoon coffee. Good reading? She asks, settling beside me. Sophia is navigating a significant change in my life. The signs were unmistakable. Today, I take a moment to enjoy my coffee. It's a fresh blend with hints of sweetness and an unplaceable essence. This is amazing. What's the secret ingredient? Just a little mystery. She smiles, but there's something unique in her gaze. A spark of excitement, perhaps a hint of nervousness. Eden, I have something to share with you. She reaches out. It's her phone. She opens an unfamiliar app. The display reveals a video featuring thousands of views and hundreds of comments. My heart races as I come to the realization that it's me. Yesterday's reading with Sophia. She shared this. I'm gazing at the screen, utterly astonished. Last night. Check out the comments. Bianca scrolls down, and I see message after message. Message expressing admiration for the reading, inquiring about personal consultations, and sharing personal tarot experiences. This needs to be an error. These figures. 16,000 views, just an hour back. Bianca's smile is captivating. Eden, individuals are saying you are the most genuine reader they've ever encountered. There are inquiries for virtual readings from 3 different countries. The thought sends a shiver down my spine. My cozy little studio, my serene routine. I never desired this sort of focus. It's overwhelming to be in the spotlight like this. You don't need to manage everyone. But perhaps, just perhaps this is a chance. She draws nearer, her excitement overflowing. What if we created a cozy streaming nook right here in the back room? You could host regular readings, connect, individuals seeking direction. Bianca, I've never even operated a computer for anything more intricate than email. That's my role. She grips my hand tightly. I can manage all the technical details. Things unfold as they should. You shine in your ability to guide others toward clarity. The reactions flow in as we observe the journey together. A person from London inquiring about love advice. A woman from Phoenix looking for guidance in her professional journey. A young person in Maine contemplating their future educational paths. Genuine individuals facing authentic challenges seeking meaningful guidance. I've been creating in my small studio for years. I can't quite put my finger on it, but something within me is awakening. A feeling, a sense of direction I haven't experienced in ages. Sleep on it, Bianca advises. No, there's a weight on your shoulders, but Eden, you have the power to change lives for those who lack the support and understanding that someone like you can provide. That evening settles in, and my thoughts linger when my phone suddenly buzzes. A number flashes on the screen that I don't recognize. Is this Eden Price? A tarot reader from the video. The woman's voice trembles with urgency as she shares her thoughts. She's navigating the complexities of a divorce, battling for custody, and feeling adrift. After watching Sophia's video, she found herself contemplating if she could help. I'm in Oregon, she says. I can't make it to California, but I'm willing to pay whatever you ask for a phone reading. Something falls into alignment. The star card from Sophia's reading. A creation that endures beyond my time. Perhaps it's Bianca's faith. Right. Perhaps this is more significant than just my small studio. I'll call you back, I say to her. The following day, Bianca has turned the back storage room into a space that felt like a vibrant television studio. She had borrowed some camera equipment. From a hidden corner, I arranged ring lights, crafting a backdrop with cascading fabric that makes my crystals shimmer beautifully. You accomplished all of this in just one night? I couldn't find rest. She shifts one of the lights. I couldn't shake the thought of all those souls out there yearning for what you provide. The inaugural stream is set for Thursday evening. Somehow, the news has circulated. Social media remains a puzzle to me, but Bianca moves through it with the grace of a seasoned pro. Native language. By Thursday afternoon, we have over 200 people signed up to watch. What if I get nervous? I'm pacing. The intimate setting, a flutter of excitement coursing through me. You won't, Bianca. Adjusts the camera angle once again. You've been at this for years, Eden. The only thing that has changed is who's watching. She's right. But when she presses the button to go live, and I watch the viewer count rise, 50, 100, 200 people, as I feel the weight of their gaze, my throat tightens. Good evening. I hold my gaze steady, locking eyes with the camera. I'm Eden, and welcome to what I hope will be the first of many enchanting evenings shared between us. The chat bursts alive with warm welcomes, inquiries, heartfelt appreciation for this moment. These aren't merely bystanders. They're individuals in search of an authentic bond, true insight. I retrieve my deck, the comforting heft of the cards calming my anxiety. This evening, I wish to explore the theme of welcoming unforeseen chances. As I shuffle and arrange the cards, I will share my insights. The importance of each moment becomes clear, and the anxiety dissipates. This is my purpose. This is my identity. The jester emerges first, succeeded by the star, then the world. A beautiful journey of fresh starts, dreams coming true, and fulfillment. The cosmos is revealing that often the greatest leaps of faith can bring us to the most enchanting places, I muse. And I come to understand that I'm not just sharing stories for my audience, I'm immersing myself in them. Once the stream concludes, Bianca and I find solace in the stillness. In the cozy corner of the coffee shop, she gazed at her laptop, analyzing the numbers. 312 viewers at peak, she remarked, her fingers gliding over the trackpad as she scrolled through the data, through comments. And look at this. People from 15 different countries. I lean against her shoulder, feeling a mix of fatigue and comfort, but filled with excitement. I can't believe we just experienced that. We're definitely going to do it again. Aren't we? I turned to look at her. Beautiful, supportive Bianca, who recognized a potential within me that I hadn't even realized was there. Absolutely. It's been 3 weeks since we started streaming. My online readings have turned into the most anticipated part of my week. Each Thursday and Sunday evening, a vibrant crowd gathers to witness me navigate through their heartfelt inquiries. The chat buzzes, hearts and gratitude fill the air. But tonight, something unique draws my attention. Eden, my goddess, has generously donated $50. Bianca reads from her laptop, handling the technical aspects while I concentrate on the cards. She says, "You're the most captivating reader she's ever encountered." A wave of uncertainty washes over me, yet I press on with the reading. Additional contributions follow, some with increasingly intimate messages. Mystic 23 is curious if you're available. Tarot Daddy says, "You possess stunning eyes. Let's pass on those." I whisper to Bianca as I shuffle the cards, but she's already frowning at the screen, her jaw tightening as more playful remarks flood in. As the stream wraps up and we start tidying up, I notice her silence. There's a hint of something on her mind, I remark, while I carefully put away my crystals. Some of those comments cross the line. She slams the laptop shut, her frustration palpable. That guy. Inquiry about private video calls clearly indicated a lack of interest in tarot guidance. There's an underlying jealousy. The moment of truth catches me off guard. Perhaps. She pivots to meet my gaze, a hint of vulnerability dancing in her blue eyes. Is that foolish? Feeling envious of those who are just strangers. I move closer, cupping her face gently in my hands. It's not foolish, but Bianca, you're right here by my side. Those others are just faceless voices online. I understand. I just let out a sigh. I've never experienced this kind of possessiveness towards anyone before. It's strange. Strange in a good way or a bad way. The verdict is still pending, she says, but her smile says it all. Now, the next Sunday stream attracts even more viewers, surpassing 500. I'm in the midst of detailing the importance of the Knight of Cups when chaos erupts. The screen halts. Sound disappears, out, and Bianca begins to type rapidly on her backup laptop. "We've lost connection," she murmurs, a hint of panic in her voice. Just give me a moment." But that moment stretches into what feels like an eternity, and I can see. The tension coiling in her shoulders was palpable. Instinctively, I reached out and took her hand in mine. A moment of disruption. "What's going on?" I say to the camera, wishing the sound is picking up. Bianca is busy trying to sort it out. She's incredible with. All this tech can be overwhelming. Little did I know. The camera was still rolling, and when the feed returns, online, the entire internet has just witnessed my gentle and caring moments with the blonde woman they now believe is more than just my technical assistant. The conversation ignites. Not with hearts this time, but with questions. "Are you two together?" "I knew it. They're so adorable." "Relationship goals." Bianca's expression shifts, pale as she processes the messages. "Eden. They believe we're a couple." I conclude, as the numbers continue to rise, a mix of excitement and anxiety washes over her. Is this a sign of trouble ahead? She fixates on the screen, lost in thought, before turning her gaze away, looks at me with a sense of awe. I glance at the comments pouring in, predominantly uplifting. Individuals recounting their experiences of discovering love in later years, reinforcing what they believe to be our connection, celebrating our true selves. Late Bloom Love expresses, "You both inspire her to believe in the possibility of discovering someone." Bianca's voice is filled with wonder. Rainbow Reader is curious about the duration of your relationship. "What do we do?" Bianca locks her gaze with mine, and I can see the precise moment she resolves to act. She reaches over and takes my hand on camera. "We share our truth," she says simply. I nod, my heart racing as "We want to speak directly to you all. Yes, Bianca and I are in a relationship. She's not. Just my technical support. She's the one who inspired me to share my talents with all of you. The response is, the response is instant and incredibly uplifting. Contributions flood in alongside heartfelt notes of encouragement. The audience number soars to 700 and continues to rise. "You're both stunning," Bianca reads out loud. This observer comments, "Observing your collaboration feels like witnessing genuine affection unfold." Once we finish, we linger in the serene cafe, a shop, trying to make sense of the moment. "Are you comfortable with others finding out?" I inquire about our connection. "Are you serious? I've I've been wanting to share this with the world since our second date." She smiles, and I can't help but think this moment speaks to so many more than the rooftops would have. I laugh, feeling some of the tension melt away from my body. "So, we're officially visible to the whole world. It seems that way." She pulls me in closer on the couch we've arranged in the round streaming corner. "Any regrets?" "Just one." I lean into her warmth, reflecting on the 3 years we waited. "Weeks to reveal the incredible person you are." She kisses me then, slow and sweet, in the world we've built side by side. As we say goodbye, her gaze holds me as if I've illuminated the night sky. "I love you, Eden Price." The words halt my universe. We've been circling them for weeks, the emotion intensifying with every moment. Shared morning coffee, each late-night conversation after streams. "I love you too, Bianca Martin." Later that night, in her cozy apartment above the coffee shop, we embrace our unexpected revelation in the most intimate manner. Her hands map every inch of my skin with tender devotion. And when she breathes my name into the shadows, it resonates like a whisper to my soul. I become entranced by her essence, the way her body responds to my every caress. The gentle sighs that escape her lips drive me absolutely insane. We move together as if we've been doing this for years, not weeks. Our bodies finding the soft sheets, letting her fingers dance in the gentle glow. The night wraps around them, a cocoon of warmth and intimacy, as they share whispered secrets and soft laughter. My shoulder as I catch my breath. "Do you think our audience will come back for more next week?" she inquires. "Following tonight's show, we'll likely have a crowd of 1,000. "Perfect," she replies, planting a soft kiss on my collarbone. "I want everyone to see this world, to witness the joy you bring into my life." Our Thursday stream is attracting more than 800 audience. When Bianca makes her debut on camera as my co-host, she's set up crystals around our reading space, and her genuine warmth creates an inviting atmosphere. I delve into genealogy research. She provides insight into a viewer's inquiry regarding her origins. It's a similar investigative process to tarot, but focused on ancestral connections instead of cards. Observing her engage with our audience, I see how effortlessly this flows for her. She interprets. The conversation flows effortlessly, handles the technical details with grace, and somehow enhances my presence in a way I never expected. I am. When someone asks about our relationship timeline, she flashes a playful smile at the camera. Eden strolled into my coffee shop. With my limited Spanish, I was captivated from the very first moment, she admits. Truly the most unforgettable language exchange experience. The contributions that night brought us to our peak, but the dawn unveils a conversation that shifts everything. When we step into the coffee shop, Marcus is already there, his face set in a serious expression. Bianca's business partner has been friendly towards me, but today there's an unmistakable tension in the air. He tells Bianca that we need to have a conversation about the direction of this place. I begin to step back, wanting to give them their space, But Bianca holds on to my hand. Whatever you need to say, you can. Speak openly in front of Eden. Marcus appears uneasy. The coffee shop fades into the background, overshadowed by your online connection. Many of our regulars are here, eager to see you in action, not just for the coffee. Is that bad for business? Bianca asks, her tone sharp. But that's not the issue at hand. We initiated this, a space meant to nurture the local community, not to become a mere spectacle for outsiders. I can see the pain reflected in Bianca's gaze, though she's attempting to conceal it. This venture was her aspiration long before I entered the picture. Marcus, what are you truly? What's on your mind? I inquire softly. He brushes his fingers through his silver-streaked hair. Listen, Eden, I have feelings for you. But this entire online situation, the ups and downs of our connection, it's transforming the coffee shop into an unexpected haven. Tensions rise in the air. Bianca's voice takes on a thrilling edge. Silent. You understand what I'm getting at? The remarks, the focus. A few of our usuals have expressed feeling. Uneasy. Which familiar faces? Marcus pauses. Mrs. Peterson inquired if we're transforming into a sanctuary of unspoken emotions. The stillness that envelops us is overwhelming. Understands precisely what Mrs. Peterson is conveying. Bianca does too. The sort of prejudice that lurks behind polite language and concerns about what feels right. I understand, Bianca replies at last. And what should I do? Regarding Mrs. Peterson's unease. Perhaps I should avoid discussing personal matters, work. The intimate details about my connection with Eden, I kept that to myself. That was unnecessary. Bianca rises, the sound of her chair dragging across the floor echoing in the room. Marcus, we've shared this journey for 3 years. In all that time, have I ever made a choice that harmed our venture? But have our profits gone up or down since Eden began streaming here? Marcus shifts uneasily. It rose, but by how much? 40%, he confesses softly. 40%. Bianca strides towards the espresso machine, her movements precise and laced with simmering frustration. And you expect me to hold back because Mrs. Peterson feels uneasy about my feelings for a woman? It's more than just Mrs. Peterson. So, what is it really about? She turns to confront him. From my perspective, it seems like you're putting me in a position to decide between my... I rise to my feet, determined not to be the reason their bond falls apart. Perhaps I ought to discover a different platform to watch. No way. Bianca's voice is powerful. Marcus, if you can't accept that I'm in love and creating something beautiful with Eden, then perhaps you need to rethink your commitment to this space. The words linger, charged with unspoken tension. Marcus glances back and forth between us. Her expression shifts, a whirlwind of feelings I struggle to decipher. I never claimed I couldn't manage this, she finally responds. So what are you really saying? What are you saying? He let out a heavy sigh. I'm saying I'm afraid. This place was our sanctuary. In this small, intimate space. Out of nowhere, a crowd gathers, their eyes fixed on us. What if everything shifts? Everything we've created? The sincerity in her voice softens some of Bianca's frustration. Marcus, transformation isn't always negative. Look at what Eden has brought into our world. I know. I can see the joy she brings you. He glances at me with an apologetic expression. Eden, this isn't about you. I'm just afraid of losing what we share. I get it, I reply. But what we share doesn't have to be lost. It can grow into something bigger. Bianca moves to my side, taking my hand. Marcus, I'm not deciding between the career and the paradise because I don't need to. They've enhanced each other's lives. He nods thoughtfully. You're right. I apologize to both of you. That evening, we connect through our usual the scene unfolds. There's an undeniable shift. Bianca radiates a newfound assurance in front of the lens, opening up in ways that feel both intimate and revealing. As the moments pass, it becomes clear that she is embracing her true self. When asked about her favorite aspect of being with someone more seasoned, she replies without a moment's pause. "It's the depth of experience," she states, smiling at me. Eden understands herself, her desires, and what truly holds significance. There's no just enjoying the game, keeping it real, no unnecessary drama. How about you? I inquire. What do you think? What do you bring to this relationship? Chaos, she replies without hesitation, causing me to chuckle. Eden had everything meticulously arranged before I entered her world. Now she's captivating thousands online while enjoying a drink. Unique coffee concoctions, delightful disorder, I explain to the camera. The finest kind of disorder. She nods, leaning in to plant a soft kiss on my cheek. That night, the viewer count soars to 1,000. But beyond that, the support in the chat is truly heartwarming. Individuals expressing gratitude for revealing the essence of genuine love, while also sharing their own experiences. Narratives of discovering bravery through our shared experiences. Later, as we tidy up, Bianca wraps me in her embrace in the quiet of the empty coffee shop. She smiles softly. "Thank you for not suggesting we leave sooner," she says, her voice warm and sincere. "Thank you for not allowing me. I truly meant what I expressed to Marcus. You and this venture are intertwined. I can't simply choose between them. You've transformed every moment in my life into something beautiful." I kiss her then, slow and deep among the chairs we've stacked on, tables, and the lingering scent of coffee beans. When we break apart, her gaze meets mine with an intensity that suggests I hold the key to something profound. Every question she's ever pondered. I adore you, Eden Price, renowned tarot reader of the online world. Reader and chaos acceptor. I love you too, Bianca Martin, coffee shop owner and dream enabler. 2 months after our light, in an unexpected twist, Bianca and I are contemplating a future together that I never imagined I would desire, merging our lives in a lasting way. The sketches for the coffee shop renovation are laid out on my kitchen table, illustrating our vision for a special tarot space, creating a space that maintains the warm and inviting vibe that makes gathering over drinks so delightful. Imagine if we incorporated a reading nook. Here? Bianca gestures towards a cozy corner. It's filled with natural light during the day, yet it maintains an intimate atmosphere for those evening moments. It's flawless. I run my finger along the suggested design, and folks can still grab their morning coffee without feeling as if they're intruding on intimate moments. She beams, that dazzling smile that continues to captivate my heart races. I cherish the fact that we are creating something meaningful together. Something lasting. I add, the word carries a weight that lingers between us. We both understand. The front door opens and Claudia walks in carrying a bottle of wine, her face lit up with a joy I haven't witnessed in ages. It's a true, unguarded happiness. "Brought celebration wine," she announces. And an apology. I glance between my oldest friend and the woman I adore, intrigued by this turn of events. What's the reason for this? Claudia places the wine on the counter and turns to face us both. "I caught your stream last week, the one where that woman from Phoenix called about her. Her daughter revealed her truth. I can still hear the emotion in her voice, filled with love and concern, seeking guidance on how to embrace her child's identity while navigating this new chapter together, navigating her own anxieties." Bianca had grasped my hand away from the spotlight as I delved into the reading, her support, steadying me through the emotional intensity. "You were incredible, Eden. Both of you." Claudia's voice is gentle, than I've heard it in years. "Observing you assist that family, witnessing Bianca's unwavering support for you throughout, I came to understand. I've been terrible." "Claudia, wait. Let me express this." She pauses for a moment. I wanted to shield you from the pain of the past. I feared she would bring you the same hurt that Sarah did, but I see now that I was mistaken. Bianca is not like Sarah. She's not going anywhere. Bianca holds my hand tightly. I'm relieved you understand that now. I realize many things now. Claudia pours the wine. I notice how you both have created something truly special. I can tell that Eden is more joyful than she has been in a long time, for years. I realize now that I nearly lost my best friend due to my stubbornness in admitting my mistakes. We share a bottle of wine and immerse ourselves in renovation plans. For the first time since Bianca and I became a couple, the three of us feel like we could be more than friends. True connections. The grand opening deserves to be unforgettable. Claudia proposes an idea that pays tribute to the beloved coffee shop while embracing a fresh path to broadcast the entire occasion live. Bianca's eyes sparkle with excitement. Reveal to our vibrant community the tangible space they've contributed to building. With heartfelt reflections for those who have journeyed alongside us from the start, I find myself embracing the thought. 3 weeks later, opening day arrives with more excitement than I ever anticipated. The line outside Brew and Chat stretches around the block, a blend of familiar patrons, fresh visitors attracted by our digital footprint, and individuals who have journeyed from distant places solely to connect with us face to face. Marcus operates the espresso machine with a certain flair, entranced, as Bianca welcomes guests at the entrance. I'm settled in our fresh reading nook, which resembles precisely the sketches delivered. Personal, yet connected. Skilled, but inviting. This is absolutely amazing, Sofia Rodriguez remarks, as she comfortably takes her place in the client chair for the special first reading of our freshly shared realm. You both have woven something enchanting in this place. The cards I draw for her resonate beautifully. The star, in a realm filled with possibilities, the Ace of Cups signifies a blossoming of new emotions, a sense of fulfillment, and the promise of fresh beginnings. The cosmos is rejoicing alongside us today, I say to her, and she lights up with joy. Our online viewers are captivated, their eyes glued to the various angles captured by the cameras Bianca mysteriously obtained. The chat is a whirlwind, racing by in a blur, as I can't read individual messages, but the atmosphere is charged with excitement. Over 500 people are tuned in at this moment. Bianca leans in and whispers, during a break between readings, I can't believe this is our life. I whisper softly. Believe it, she replies, kissing my cheek quickly. You deserve all of this, Eden. As the day comes to a close and once the last customer departs, we sink into the new couch Bianca set up in our reading nook. Marcus has headed home, exhausted but proud, and we're alone in the space we've transformed together. So, Bianca says, curling up against my side, what's it like to share the dream of running Moreno Valley's most beloved coffee shop? Antero Studio? Co-owner. The title still feels like a dream, yet it resonates deeply within me. 3 days ago, Bianca made it official and offered me a partnership in the business. It was a decision that needed no cards or divination, just the certainty that I wanted to build a future with this amazing woman. It feels like everything has finally fallen into place. Got everything right, I tell her. She laughs, the sound filling the air between us. Speaking of cards, wanna do a curious about what lies ahead for us? I'm already reaching for my deck before she even finishes her question. Some habits are hard to break, intense, and exploring what lies ahead, particularly for us, has turned into my cherished pastime. The cards I draw reveal both draw in a breath. The union of hearts, the abundance of legacy, the brilliance of joy, connection, enduring, triumph, unfiltered happiness. I declare, gazing at the flawless arrangement. I believe everything is going to be just perfect. Even more than perfect, Bianca insists, leaning in to kiss me deeply. We are going to be extraordinary. Outside, the world fades into a serene dusk, but within, our shared coffee haven and tarot sanctuary, enveloped in the aroma of freshly brewed coffee, rich beans, and shimmering crystals. Kissing, she transformed my life completely, and I understood that the signs had never been clearer about anything. Half a year after our grand opening, Brew and Chat has blossomed into something more than we ever envisioned. The fusion of the coffee shop and tarot studio is completely booked for the next 3 weeks, and our online community has blossomed to over 10,000 dedicated viewers. Tonight signifies a meaningful moment as we celebrate our 6-month journey together. Celebration of our journey together, both in love and in our shared ventures. I've organized an experience that is truly unique. A live reading for Bianca on camera to celebrate the journey we've shared. Are you feeling anxious? She inquires, adjusting the mic. Camera angles one last time before we go live. I feel a rush of fear, I confess. Preparing for someone you cherish stands apart. The cards reveal truths that may be hard to face. Fortunately, I remain untroubled. She smiles, sinking into the client chair opposite me. I have complete faith in you, Eden Price. The viewer count rises swiftly as we begin our broadcast. 800 to 1,500 viewers joining in to see what unfolds, celebrated with warmth and joy. The conversation is alive with love and well wishes from our cherished community. Good evening, everyone. I turn to the camera, a sense of ease washing over me as I settle into this familiar rhythm. Tonight's reading is Moment Linger. I focus on the energy between us, feeling the connection as I prepare to unveil the possibilities that lie ahead. Each card I draw holds a promise, a glimpse into what our journey might hold. The anticipation builds, and I can't help but smile at the thought of what is to come. The comforting routine eases my anxiety. Bianca, what are you curious about regarding our future together? She gazes straight into my eyes, ignoring the hundreds of people watching. I need to understand if choosing to love you was the right decision, transforming my entire existence, wagering it all on our connection. The raw honesty in her inquiry takes my breath away. I rest, draw 5 cards in a straightforward layout. Reflect on the past, the present, the challenges ahead, the potential outcome, and the guidance offered. The first card brings a smile to my face. The Fool. It symbolizes our beginning. 2 souls courageous enough to embrace the unknown, trusting in love even when everything suggests otherwise. The second card is the 2 of Cups, ideal for capturing our current connection. In this moment, we embody connection, understanding, and unwavering support for one another. This is our reality now, together, as one. The card makes me reflect. The 7 of Swords. It speaks of deception, but not between us. Rather, it hints at external influences attempting to disrupt our connection, threaten the foundation we've created. There are those who fail to grasp the depth of our connection. I articulate it with care. Some will always question a relationship with an age difference, a partnership that blossomed from affection. The cards advise, disregard their opinions. Bianca nods, her gaze locked onto mine. What about the outcome? I pivot. The 4th card and my heart halts. The essence of wholeness, satisfaction, reaching for what is desired. Everything you've longed for. This is, I need to gather my thoughts. This card symbolizes the pinnacle of achievement, not merely in your career, but in every aspect of existence. All that you've desired, all that you've strived for, unfolding beautifully. And the guidance, the last card, is the shining beacon. Embrace your truth. Seek the light within, and let your heart lead the way. Believe in your intuition. The answers you seek are already within you. Questions linger in the air. I place the cards aside and gaze across the table at the woman who transformed everything for me, Bianca Martin. The cards reveal that your decision was spot on. Her smile has the kind of energy that could light up the whole town. I realized it the instant our paths crossed. The contributions keep coming as our audience joins in the celebration, yet my attention remains steadfast, focused completely on Bianca. She leans over the table, intertwining her fingers with mine. My heart belongs to you, Eden. With our age gap, the tangled web of our business, and the spotlight of the internet, it's all so complex. But my feelings for you are undeniable, and I love you just the same, more than I ever imagined. Once we finish our conversation, we linger in our cozy cafe, enveloped by the world we've created together. Together. The renovation photos on the walls capture our journey. From that first nervous language exchange meeting to tonight's anniversary celebration. Do you remember when you believed I was too young for you? Bianca asks, nestled close against me on our reading couch. Remember when you thought I was too old to learn new technology? We share a laugh and she draws me near. Join me in this dance. There's no melody, so she remains still, reaching out with her hand. 6 months prior, could you have envisioned any of this? She is right. Half a year ago, I found myself secluded in my studio, believing that my best days were behind me. Now I'm running a thriving business with the person who means everything to me, helping countless individuals discover, whisper secrets of warmth and connection. We move in harmony, lost in our own world, surrounded by the soft glow of the string lights. Bianca adorned everything in a warm golden hue. Through the windows, the vibrant neon signs of Moreno Valley catch my eye, twinkling like earthly stars. The cards were right, you know, I whisper softly against her ear. About everything. They usually are when you're immersed in them. No, I mean about us. From that very first moment in my studio, when you asked about love, they sensed our connection long before we did. She pulls back to gaze into my eyes, and in her blue eyes, I envision the path ahead. Greater achievements, profound affection. Countless mornings spent together with coffee and evenings spent guiding others on their journeys. Do you think we'll still be at this when we're gray? She inquires. Gray? Indeed, bringing a smile to her face. Significantly older then. Silver strands, spectacles perched on her nose, the entire journey. I believe this will last a lifetime, I say to her, implying every word. We continue to sway as the night envelops the town in slumber. Two souls who discovered one another despite the challenges that surrounded us, and created something remarkable from sheer bravery and affection. The tarot cards rest silently on our reading table, but I don't need them to witness what unfolds next. Sometimes the most significant revelations are those inscribed in the arc of your beloved's grin, in the way she nestles seamlessly against you, in the quiet assurance that no matter what the future awaits, and we will embrace it side by side. The cards may reveal what lies ahead, but Bianca and I are focused on crafting our own destiny, an ideal moment, one step at a time.